If you're planning on moving outside of Toronto and want to buy a new townhome that offers you enough space to have that home office, entertain any family and friends, but still gives you easy access to commute to Toronto either via the highways or the GO train networks, you're not alone, as this is the most common questions I get from young professionals looking to move outside of Toronto, want a bit more space than the condo they're currently living in, but not sure where exactly to look in Hamilton. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 7 areas I recommend all my clients consider when they're thinking about relocating outside of Toronto and want that newer townhome. Now, if you want to learn my personal favorite spot, and it's a small collection of townhomes in Hamilton that is not only great for the price, the schools, the location, keep on watching as I'll be sharing that and more. But first, let's take a look at one of the areas that's going to offer the most amount of options to choose from, as well as the shortest commute into Toronto, and that is Waterdown. So here is Waterdown on the map, and this is all the sales activity for newer townhomes in the last 15 years that have been built, that have either sold, recently been marked as pending, or are currently active in the market. And as you can see, in total of Hamilton, we have 493 matches, and 73 of those matches happened here in Waterdown. Now, there's really 2 primary areas you're going to be finding newer townhomes in Waterdown. The first area is going to be more this area here on the eastern side. This is going to be one of the newest neighborhoods in Waterdown to choose from, and here you're going to find a lot of semi-detached home options as well as townhome options to choose from. Usually they are the freehold options as well, which is great. So I know this says 3 bedrooms and no bathrooms. I know for a fact it's got 2.5 bathrooms as well, as that's pretty standard within this community here. But as you walk on in, you're going to have your hallway. Sometimes the larger ones are going to offer a little bit of a sitting space off to the side of the stairs, kind of like this one does here, that then leads you into more your open concept dining room and kitchen, like this one here we're going to see in just a moment. Right here opens up, and that leads you to your backyard. Now, the backyards in any newer townhome development is going to be on a bit of the smaller side. However, with that said, it gives you more than enough space to still enjoy the outdoor and the amazing amenities. And then here, as you can see, you got 3 bedrooms upstairs, including a spacious master bedroom and ensuite, as well as another main bathroom upstairs. Now, the vast majority of townhomes in Waterdown, like this one here, are one, gonna have laundry on the upstairs floor, which is quite nice, but 2 are going to be coming with an unfinished basement. Now, this one in particular backs onto one of the schools. That looks like it's the Catholic elementary school right there in this neighborhood. Then the other area you're going to find a decent amount of townhomes is just on the other side of Dundas. Now, depending on where these ones are, they can be freeholds. Some, though, will be those condo townhomes to choose from as well. This one sold for $985, was 3 beds, 2.5 bathrooms, and it's more of that townhome. Now, here, depending on what you're looking, are a little bit older. You mean we'll call it 10 years older versus like 5 years and under. But as you can see, still nice and open concept throughout. Got a great kitchen. Upstairs, going to be a very similar layout as well. This is something you're going to note just throughout all the townhomes in Waterdown and the other areas. Typically speaking, they're going to be 3 beds and 2.5 bathrooms. Maybe 2 bathrooms if it's on the smaller side, and then sometimes 4 bathrooms if they have that finished basement added in as well. Then the other area, other than this eastern part of Waterdown, you're going to be finding it, is really more on that north end or western part, right beside Center Road and Parkside Road. So here is going to be right beside these schools. So if you have a young family, you have Waterdown High School right here, as well as the public school right here to choose from. And as you can see, lots of options pop up here as well. Now, these ones, instead of the other ones on the east side, which are primarily going to be those 2-story homes, those traditional townhomes, more in this area than ever on the east side, you're going to be finding 3 stories. Now, both you can find some 2 stories and 3 stories. They're just going to be more common on this side here. This one offers only 2 beds and 2.5 bathrooms, but also sold for only $750,000 and just under 1,500 square feet of living space. Now, one note as we look through this one here, when we're comparing the different sizes of townhomes, is that the square footage of any townhome or any listing on the MLS is going to be above grade square footage, which means the basement is not included. So in some cases, you're going to look at a 3-story townhome like this one here, and it says it's got 1,500 square feet or 1,436 square feet of living space. And then you're gonna look at a 3-bedroom, 2-story townhome, and it's only gonna have a similar square footage, maybe a little bit less. But the difference difference is these 3-story townhomes here don't have a basement, and typically their main floor, like you see here, is really going to be the garage with a little bit of a hallway entrance, maybe a home office or a little den that you can set up. But the vast majority of the living situation is going to be in these 2 top floors here, usually with the living room, kitchen, dining room right in this floor, and then you have the upstairs with the bedrooms right here as well. So because the basement isn't included in the 2nd-story homes, therefore at times the 3-story homes that are just going to have more square footage because there is no basement but they're all above grade is going to appear a bit bigger. Now let's see if we can find another good option to choose from. Here's a great one, 82 Cole. It's an end unit, semi-detached, beautiful size yard, huge size lot for a townhome of this size and this age. Great kitchen, nice throughout here. Open concept here, of course, your living room, your dining rooms, all in one big great room, which is nice to see. Powder room kind of tucked in the back. And then here, of course, you have the 3 bedrooms upstairs, including your own master ensuite right there. And then 2 additional bedrooms, perfect for a home office or any kids' rooms. Laundries is upstairs. In this case here, because it is a slightly older one, probably built, we'll call it like 2014, 2015, you will find a finished basement. And that's sometimes the good part about finding those townhomes that maybe are a little bit older in the sense that they're 10 years old and not brand spanking new, but 2, it's in established neighborhoods, so there's no construction going on. The grass is there, the asphalt is in on the road and on the driveways, making it just a more pleasant environment to live in compared to if you're in a brand new townhome where the construction dust is still going on. Now, other than Waterdown, the next area I would highly recommend you consider if you're thinking about new townhomes and want in a fantastic neighborhood to live in is over here in Ancaster. And the majority of ones what you're going to be finding is really going to be in that Meadowlands neighborhood, but as well in the Maple Lane Annex, kind of along the 403 here. This is where we're going to choose the most amount of options. Now, here is going to be a bit further of a commute. As you see, like we just moved way outside of the GTA compared to Waterdown. Well, it's technically a part of Hamilton. We're much closer to Burlington. And one of the things I forgot to mention, but if you're commuting to Toronto on a regular basis, one, you kind of skip a decent amount of the bottleneck that gets on at the Highway 6 here, because oftentimes you can just drive down Waterdown Road, jump on the 403, or better yet, if you live or you're going to be commuting to Toronto and you're going to be walking or GO training into Union, you have Aldershot GO train station here, probably the best GO train right now going on outside of Hamilton to easily get access. Every 30 minutes, there's a train that will take you out to Union no matter the day. Now, the other area, like I was mentioning, is Ancaster. So we're a bit further out, but we're still along the 403, which makes it really great for you to commute, as if you start to drive more on Wilson Street and you go through the downtown of Ancaster, you're going to see a decent amount of bottlenecks. But since you're living more in the Meadowlands area, the Maple Lane Annex, you're going to be able to just jump on the 403 and gain easy access. Now, here we're going to find a few different options to choose from. Primarily, we're going to be finding some mainly freeholds, but some condo options as well. Now, the vast majority, as you can see here, the newly built is really along the Gardner Road right here. So we are seeing some bottlenecks, but the city of Hamilton is working on improving the infrastructure. With that said, let's take a look at a couple of examples. So this first one here was sold for $855,000. Is a townhome, offers 3 beds, 2.5 bathrooms, and about 1,700 square feet of living space. Now you walk in a couple of steps, you have your upstairs, your little dining room right here, kind of connected to your kitchen, and it looks like it's got a nice window. Yep, nice little window into the living room that gives you easy access to your backyard as well for entertaining. Upstairs, this is what you get a little bit more in Ancaster, is like these vaulted ceilings like this one here, which is quite nice. Wider hallways, which is always nice to see as well. Looks like this is the 2nd bedroom, and then this, of course, is the primary master bedroom as well, with its own ensuite and 5-piece bathroom as well. And a huge walk-in closet as well, actually. The other area you're going to be finding a decent amount is really going to be over here. Now, this is going to be more of these condo townhomes like these ones here. However, for like Ancaster to find something under $700,000 for a townhome is fantastic. Now, with that said, the maintenance fee here, as you can see, is only $108. So really, it's just the condo, road maintenance fee, a little bit of the lawn maintenance fee as well. And like the other 3 stories, you're going to be mainly having the garage on the main floor. You kind of walk in, up the stairs, and then you have the living area here. So not the best photos on this one here, but you kind of get the picture. 3 beds, 3 full bathrooms in this one. And what's great about living in Ancaster, either in the Meadowlands area or out here in the Maple Lane Annex, is you have some great shopping options close to your door as well. as you have the Ancaster Smart Center here that has a Walmart, Canadian Tire, and a great other shopping options to choose from, to over here you have the Ancaster Meadowlands Shopping Center that has a Costco, has an Indigo, has a Starbucks, has a Cineplex, has Best Buy, PetSmart, Golf Town, and a bunch of other great restaurants and shops to choose from. So you're going to be close to shopping. Now, with that said, when you're living in Ancaster, like when you're commuting from Toronto and then you're going to live in Ancaster, it's very suburban, especially as we get more out here. As just on the other side of Gardner, it's very rural fields. Now, if you are looking for an area that has been a bit more established neighborhoods at a little bit more of an affordable price, as Ancaster, you're going to find some of the most expensive new townhomes to choose from. The next areas to consider is really going to be on that south end of the Hamilton Mountain right here. As you can see, there's been a lot of new developments really between that 20 road right here along Rymel and just south or just north, south of the Lincoln Alexander Parkway here. So here you're going to find really like a lot of these neighborhoods were already established, but then there's still pockets that were underdeveloped. And as a result, we're going to be finding townhomes like these ones here that are really, you know what I mean, great value for the price and what you could find in Ancaster for a freehold versus here. Usually going to be selling, you mean, between $700,000, $800,000 for 3 beds, 3 bathrooms. But as you can see, a bit bigger, great flooring on this one as well. Nicely upgraded kitchen, open concept completely on the main floor here. Upstairs, you got your master, walk-in closet, ensuite, and then the additional 2 bedrooms as well as the laundry. And then here is the backyard. They've put the patio stones on it. And you know what I mean? We're going to be finding a lot of these ones here. Now, the one downside I would say about the Hamilton Mountain versus the 2 last areas we discussed was the school rankings. Now, you can find some great school rankings still on the Hamilton Mountain. And I'll be actually sharing with you guys in just a moment my favorite spot that is on the Hamilton Mountain in a different area than what we've highlighted here, that is close to good schools, has good pricing. But on a general rule of thumb, when we're comparing schools versus Waterdown, Ancaster, and the Mountain is going to be 3rd on that list. Ancaster will be 1, and then Waterdown will be 2. Now, with that said, the advantage about living on the mountain here is, one, we are a bit further away, so the 2 GO train lines that you're going to be having in Hamilton are going to be right here. You have the West Harbour GO, and then you have Hamilton GO here. Oftentimes, West Harbour GO has a decent, consistent train schedule, just limited parking. Hamilton GO has a bit more parking, but less availability in terms of the train schedule. So oftentimes, my clients do drive out to Aldershot GO to grab the GO train. It's just a bit convenient for them as well. But with that said, if you are thinking about commuting by a car, what I do like about like the Hamilton Mountain is no matter what, when you're driving home from Toronto, and this is something I capitalize living in the center of Hamilton as well, is when I'm driving home and I'm going through Burlington, there's usually 2 options I have. I have the QEW going over the Skyway, or I can head out to the 403 and then go out to the west side of Hamilton like Ancaster. Now, with that said, oftentimes when I'm driving home, the QEW is backed up. So oftentimes I take the 403, and you're going to default to that, especially if you're going to Ancaster. But what's nice is sometimes there's an accident or something that happens in the 403, or maybe like Highway 6 is backed up, so this is closed down here or something. And therefore the 403 can get really jam-packed, and that at least gives me the option to take the QEW, then the Red Hill Valley, to get to my home. So it allows me just have a bit more flexibility, especially as I commute inside to Toronto, Mississauga, etc. Then the other area I know my clients really like about Ancaster, especially if they're in the tech jobs, is you're not too far out as well from the Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo area. So not only do you get easy access to all the jobs and tech options in Toronto if you have like a flexible work schedule, but then easy commute out to Kitchener, Waterloo, as well as, of course, downtown Hamilton. Now, if you are interested in 2 areas that are a bit further out, a bit more rural, but offer some of the most affordable new townhome options to choose from, great family atmosphere, lots of different schools to choose from, here are the ones too. We got Mount Hope over here and Binbrook over here. So we'll start with Mount Hope. Now, Mount Hope is going to find a decent amount of new townhomes to choose from. However, the vast majority are going to be, as you can see, right across from the Hamilton Airport. So you're going to be noticing a bit more noise as you get closer. You also have the Hamilton Warplane Museum here to go see some cool old historic homes. But here, as you can see, like these homes were really built in the last 10 years to 5 years. Brand new. You're going to find lots of options popping on the market. Now, with that said, that one's got no matches, or no pictures, excuse me. That's Binbrook. Let's find if we can find a Mount Hope one. This is a Mount Hope one. And as you can see, like look at all these new townhomes right here. So lots of options to choose from. And one of the advantages actually about living in the Mount Hope region is you actually are a part of the Ancaster catchment schools for any of the Catholic and high schools. And as a result, you're going to be accessing some of the top schools in Hamilton, but at a discount of a rate compared to if you were to buy a home or a townhome in Ancaster. So a great option to choose from. And this one sold for $760,000. Now, one of the downsides about Mount Hope is there's really no shopping here. You'll find a gas station, a couple local businesses as well, but the vast majority of it is about a 5-minute drive just down Upper James to all the shopping. Really, like the shopping starts on Rymel and Upper James here is where you're going to find a lot of shopping options in Hamilton to access. Now, of course, like living on the Hamilton Mountain and Ancaster, it's a bit longer of a commute, an extra 5-minute commute from Mount Hope to get onto the highway when compared to Ancaster or the mountain. Then in terms of Binbrook, Binbrook's going to be a bit better in terms of the actual shopping you're going to be finding within the community, as you're going to be finding a small plaza that has a Freshco, has a couple gyms, a couple restaurants, as well as a Shoppers Drug Mart. Now you're going to be noticing a lot of options, especially here on the northwest side, a little bit on the east side as well. They're still actually developing over here as well, so I imagine more is going to come here. Again, it's going to offer some great affordable options to choose from. Sold for $750,000, 3 beds, 2.5 bathrooms, and as you can see, a bit bigger than some of the other ones we were seeing in Ancaster, in Waterdown. However, you are a bit more further out on the rural end. But if you work from home, this could be a great option, as within Binbrook, you have 4 different schools to choose from, so they're all within walking distance of the vast majority of homes. You're going to have a decent size ensuite as well, like you see here, and then 2 other bedrooms upstairs. And then oftentimes, because these areas were built, you will actually find a finished basement. This one obviously doesn't have it because we're not going to be able to see those photos, but this is something that to be on the lookout for in Binbrook as well, and offers some of the best afford. So if you're looking for like the most affordable townhome options, these 2 areas are where you need to look. All right. So now that you have that area, the next area that's going to be a bit closer, and Binbrook for reference, because I forgot to mention it, about 10-minute drive into Stony Creek on the mountain and the shopping options it has. So a bit longer of a distance compared to Mount Hope. Actually, that brings me on to the next area, and that is the Stony Creek Mountain. Other than Waterdown, this actually probably has the most amount of townhome options to choose from in Hamilton. If we go here, cut it up, and that's basically Stony Creek of the Mountain. Now, the core of Stony Creek of the Mountain right here was built in the 80s and 90s. More development has, as you can see, has gone in the surrounding years in the last 10, 15 years. And as a result, you're going to find a lot of different freehold and condo townhome options to choose from. So some awesome ones is over here in Soho and Times Square. These townhomes here offer some great options to choose from. Now, with that said, they do have a monthly maintenance fee. The maintenance fee, though, is low, only $75. And that's something you are going to find with a decent amount of freehold townhomes as well, is sometimes they're on a private road, and that means that they have a parcel of tied land associated with them. Usually this just means the road maintenance. So while it is still a freehold townhome, it is going to still have that maintenance fee of about $100, maximum $200 to choose from. And while, like any condo fees, they do go up in due time, they won't go up nearly as fast as other condo fees, because at the end of the day, like road maintenance, like the fees for road maintenance don't really increase that dramatically year over year. It's really just, you mean snow removal in the winter time and then grass cutting in the summertime. Then the other area in kind of Stony Creek on the mountain that you're going to find a decent options to choose from, as you see, lots along Rymel here. Here you can find more 3-story ones like this one. Offers usually 3 beds, you mean 2.5 bathrooms as well. You got a nice little landing zone. Upstairs, all open concept, very, very similar as well. Now, some of these ones here, though, won't have that big of a backyard. That's the one downside about Stony Creek on the mountain. Depending on where you're looking at, they can be a very small backyard, which I know some of my clients absolutely want a bit more space in the yard and the backyard. However, with that said, offers some good opportunity in terms of lots of shopping options close by. You do have easy access in terms of the Red Hill Valley to jump on is right here, or you go down Upper Centennial and jump on the Red Hill Valley or QEW down here. Now, one of the advantages that will be coming soon if you are living on Stony Creek on the mountain, or even thinking about commuting from Binbrook and Mount Hope, is you have Confederation Go right over here that currently is right now, it's basically right here, is currently under construction, but should be done completing soon to have a complete access to the GO train line network to give you easy access into Toronto to commute around. So this is another great area to choose from. As you can see, out of the 500 matches, 120 are here. So the most amount of matches to choose from. Then the next area, let's take a look at. Before I show you guys my favorite area in all of Hamilton for townhomes, is the Stony Creek waterfront and Winona. So this kind of stretches, you know what I mean, anything that is north of the QEW, and then Winona kind of like pops out right here. Now, if you're living in this area, as you can see, pretty much your commute to Toronto is going to be jumping on the QEW and going over the Skyway with the biggest bottleneck going over this Skyway bridge. However, you're going to have some great accessibility in terms of just walking trails right beside Lake Ontario. However, walkability here isn't going to be the best, as there's really not much shopping options, especially near these guys. Where you will find a great shopping plaza is actually right here. You're going to find a Costco, a Metro, LCBO, and a bunch of other restaurants to choose from. And here is where you're going to find, again, not as affordable as Binbrook and Mount Hope, but some of the more affordable areas for a new townhome options. Now, the newest ones are going to be here on the south side. The ones that are built in like the early 2000s, 2010s are going to be more on the north side here. As you can see, offer some 3 stories. This was a 2 beds, 1.5 baths, selling for $635,000, where other brand new ones like this one here, 3 beds, 2.5 baths, also sold for $665,000. Now, if we can find one that is a nice one, we'll take this one right here. Why not? 2 beds, 1 bathroom, 2 to choose from. And we'll flip in. You got your little living room, or like basically entryway. Along your hallway, you got your open concept kitchen and living room right here. Again, not much of a yard. And that's what you're going to be noticing with some of the very, very new ones that are these 3 stories. A bit more stacked. But with that said, you can find some great finds really in the Winona area. I really like this. It's got a great barbecue spot close by. Memphis barbecue, you got to try out if you live here. But this is another great option to choose from. It's just a bit of a further out commute, especially because you're going to be along more on the eastern side on the QEW, and then you have the Skyway Bridge to account for that bottleneck and that backing up as well. Now, before I share with you my favorite area in Hamilton for townhomes, if you want to learn more about what we would recommend based on your exact search criteria, send me and my team a message today. We'd be happy to jump on a call and give you our exact recommendations based on your search criteria. But in terms of my favorite areas to find townhomes in Hamilton, is actually this small pocket right in the Mountain View neighborhood right here. Now, it's not going to have many options to choose from. You always will find a couple, 2 that are on the market. However, in terms of the build quality, absolutely love them. In terms of the unique layouts, they're some of the best, where some of them are like bungalows, some of them are like back splits, some of them are like bungalow lofts. And here you're in an established neighborhood, which I personally like. So you have those established shops, you have those established schools. Here, actually, in the Mountain View neighborhood, you have some of the best public and Catholic elementary schools that you'll be in the catchment area, but also just a great vibe with the old growth trees around here. Now, they are developing a bit more on this side here. However, the rest of the Mountain View area is already developed. Now, if we jump in and show you a couple of examples of some great options to choose from in this region here, you're going to find a few 3-story ones like this one on 60 Centennial, listed at $788,000. Let's go to the solds though, so you can see what they're actually selling for. Actually, before we do, this is one of the ones that I absolutely love and have to show you because I've never seen a layout of a townhome that offers this much light. So I just recently saw this one with one of my clients, listed at $889,000, so a bit higher on the price tag. And while it's unassumingly small from the outside, it's actually quite large on the inside. As you see, you have technically, I think it's 4 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. So you walk in, right? You have your main floor office, perfect for a home office, super amount of natural light as you look into the front yard. Then you have your main floor powder room right here. And then it kind of opens up to your open concept kitchen right here and living room right here. Now, what's great about this one is you actually on the main floor have your own master bedroom right in this one right here. Like if we flip through it, here you can see it. Here's one master bedroom right here that has its own ensuite as well. Another 4-piece ensuite, which is perfect here. But then as you head on upstairs, you have this loft area, which adds so much extra space if you're looking to entertain any family and friends. And what I love about this one is this here is actually opening up to the living room downstairs. So you have vaulted ceilings, which makes it face feel much bigger, but then you also get the added sunlight from these sunlight right here that are pouring into the living room. So an absolutely great find. And then upstairs, you're actually gonna find 2 additional bedrooms as well. So you have one bedroom here that is a decent size that has, again, another walk-in bathroom and walk-in closet associated with it. And then on the other side of the loft, you're gonna find this bedroom here that, while it doesn't have a bathroom connected directly to the bedroom, it's literally just across the hall in the loft. You have the next bathroom right here as well. And then what's great about these ones here is, one, yeah, laundry's upstairs. That's fantastic. Good size yards as well, but I don't know if we're gonna see it. Yeah, here it is. Because these lots are much longer and like deeper, you're gonna have lots of opportunity to convert the basement, finish it up, and add in an extra rec room, another office, another bedroom, whatever you want in the basement as well. So these areas are awesome to choose from. Now, other type of style that I will quickly show you that I absolutely also love is this style here. It's more of like a backsplit style. This one's on 43 Bensley, but you walk in, it looks like, again, like a similar townhome, but you walk in and you can either go downstairs to your walkout basement, you can walk upstairs to your main living area, which we'll see in just a second. Right here, you got your kitchen, your dining room, and then you got your living room over here. This one's actually got a nice little fireplace in the middle, which is quite nice. And then if you walk up a couple of steps, as we'll see in just a moment, what's gonna be great is that your master bedroom is on its own floor. So yeah, okay, a little deck outside, fantastic. As you see, walk up another like 5-6 steps. And then, yeah, so you walk up, your master bedroom's right here, but you walk up another couple steps, you'll find the other two bedrooms. But your master bedroom's great size here, lots of sunlight. You have your walk-in closet right here that also usually has a nice size window. Yeah, as you see, nice size window. And then you have your ensuite right here, right attached to the master bedroom. Walk up a couple of steps. Good area if you're looking for like a home office and need a little bit of extra space, or in this case here, a reading room. And then you have 2 additional bedrooms and the main bathroom for these bedrooms up here as well. And this one sold for, what was it, like $810,000. So a fantastic deal. Now, if you want to learn more about exactly the next best steps to helping you relocate outside of Toronto, send me and my team a message today. We'd be happy to put you on the right foot for new townhomes in Hamilton. Now, of course, Hamilton is just one city. If you're thinking about making the move, whether it's Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville, we help service all these cities. So send me and my team a message today. But if you want to learn more about the different regions of Hamilton and the pros and cons that make it up it, that's the next video I'd recommend for you. So you can find that video right here. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day.